After two couples from the US and Norway each adopted an abandoned baby from China, they discovered that the two girls were actually identical twins. This revelation led to two drastically different lives for the girls, one growing up in a bustling American city and the other in a cold Norwegian village. What were the odds of such a remarkable twist of fate? Let's dive into this unbelievable and heartwarming story. It all began in 2004. Sigmund and his wife from Norway, along with Angela and her husband from the US, decided to adopt a child from China because they were unable to have children of their own. They had been in contact with the orphanage for quite some time and had both already selected a baby girl. So, they made the trip to China to bring their daughters home. The Norwegian couple arrived first. Among a room full of children, they immediately spotted the baby they had come for. They were overjoyed and instantly fell in love with this adorable little girl, naming her Alexandra. Originally, they were supposed to visit the orphanage the following day to sign the final legal documents, but Sigmund fell ill, so they had to delay it until the third day. Before they left, they made sure to dress Alexandra in the red plaid dress they had bought in Norway. Coincidentally, this was also the day the American adoption group arrived. In the midst of the chaos, Angela and her husband finally found the baby they were adopting. When Angela picked her up, the little girl went from crying uncontrollably to quietly resting her head on Angela's shoulder, gazing up at them with curiosity. The couple was instantly smitten by her cuteness. This was their daughter, and they were ready to dedicate their lives to raising and guiding her. They named her Mia and put her in the new dress they had just bought in China a few days earlier. As Sigmund was signing the paperwork with the child in his arms, he noticed an American woman walking over, also holding a baby. The little girl was wearing almost the exact same red plaid dress. Surprised, the two mothers struck up a conversation. In no time, they realized that the two girls looked eerily similar, and they shared the same birth date. Both had been abandoned in cardboard boxes. They asked the staff if the two girls were twins, but the answer was no. However, both families couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right, especially since the girls looked so alike. But the legal documents had already been signed, so they decided to have DNA tests done, just to be sure. They exchanged contact information and returned to their respective countries. A month later, the test results came back confirming that the girls were, in fact, identical twins. By this time, though, the two girls had already become inseparable parts of their new families. Fate had separated these twin sisters across two continents, but fortunately, their adoptive parents treated them like treasures and showered them with all their love.
And it's just something that's made me as happy as anything could make me.
Fortalte Alexandra at hun har en tvillingsøster i Amerika.
However, the two girls grew up in completely different environments. Mia lives in the bustling city of Sacramento, California, where her parents drive her everywhere, and she attends all sorts of parties like a little princess, confidently showing off her personality. Alexandra, on the other hand, lives in Fravik, a small village in Norway with just over 200 people. Surrounded by mountains, it has only one shop and one school, offering a dreamlike sense of peace and tranquility. Skiing is an essential skill here, and during the polar nights, Alexandra walks to school by herself. Mia has a wide range of interests and extracurricular activities: soccer, violin, dancing, and charity events. Her parents have nurtured her in various talents. Alexandra's life may not be as colorful, but she is a kind-hearted girl. Once, she found a nearly frozen mouse on the road, saved it, and watched it recover. Mia enjoys meals out with her parents, takes photos with big red birds, celebrates her birthday with friends, and has lovely dolls and toys. Alexandra enjoys peaceful picnics with her parents in nature. Her best friends are her little horse, cat, and sheep, and she even helps her parents cut down a Christmas tree from the mountains and drag it back home. As the days passed, both girls knew that on the other side of the ocean, they had a biological sister. They wrote letters to each other, exchanged gifts, and shared their longing. At the age of 6, the two sisters finally met in person for the first time, when Mia's family traveled to Norway. The two girls were so excited they couldn't wait to hug each other. Without a doubt, this was an emotional and joyful reunion. Even though they spoke different languages, the bond of blood and their innate connection couldn't be broken. It was the most wonderful and happiest reunion of their lives. When it was time to part, both families cried, reluctant to say goodbye. Fate brought these two sisters into the world, but now they were separated by oceans. Alexandra, heartbroken, leaned into her father's arms, crying just as she had when she first felt the warmth and care of a father. This story comes from the 2013 Norwegian documentary, Twin Sisters, directed by Mona Friis Berthesen. The two sisters were born in 2003 and are now 22 years old. Alexandra in Norway currently works as a flight attendant for Norse Atlantic Airways. Mia in the U.S. graduated in 2021 from Bella Vista High School in Sacramento, California. From her social media posts, it's unclear whether she has gone to college or started working, but she posts a lot about hanging out with friends and having fun. Her life seems to be full of adventures. Mia and Alexandra often meet up and celebrate birthdays together. Let's wish them all the best.